Inspire Career Spotlight on Careers is excited to welcome a new affiliate partner to the podcast, and that is the Salary Bump. The Salary Bump is offering a special deal to the listeners of the Inspire Career Spotlight on Careers podcast, and that is a 15% off coupon for their digital course, the Salary Accelerator Program. Use the special code INSPIRE15 at the link below here in our notes and get 15% off the digital program. It's going to help you prepare for salary negotiations, whether you are negotiating a raise inside your current job or you're looking outside your company and you have a new opportunity. Congratulations. Either way, you're going to be able to approach the opportunity with more confidence than you have before. So check it out. Hi, welcome to another episode of Inspire Career Spotlight on Careers. But today we have a very special episode where we are focusing on a job seeker success in our Inspire Career Student Professional Launch Program. Our special guest today is Giulia Liberatore. Giulia is here to talk about her experience and her fabulous new internship that she landed. It is so important for people to get a little bit off of LinkedIn and stop hearing about people's struggles and hear people's successes, how they worked through the struggles. That's what Giulia is here to talk with us about today. I'll just tell you a little bit about Giulia and then she'll tell you about her experience. But Giulia came to me at the beginning of the year and she had gotten recommended to me to work with me in the student launch program that I have about helping college seniors and new grads land internships and the jobs. Listen, this is difficult. We know the job market's hard for everybody. And for college students and new grads, it's so much more difficult. Even for young people with fabulous grades and wonderful personalities, it's still difficult. You don't know how to job search. You don't know what you don't know. So Giulia came to me. She is a student. She's going to be a senior next year at the University of St. Andrews in Scotland. However, she is based in Boston. She's going to tell you a little bit about her major in international studies. But she came to me looking for an internship for the summer of 2025. She's landed the most fabulous internship, had a couple offers actually. And I'm going to let Giulia tell you a little bit about her experience. But please know, listen to her. None of it has been super easy, but we're here to support you. But Giulia has worked through the process and she's here to inspire you too. So Giulia, tell us a little bit about yourself and tell us a little bit about your work in the program.
Yeah, thank you, Kathy. So I started off before the program kind of being very cynical about the job process and not knowing really what had to go into it, what sort of things were needed. And through this program, I've kind of gotten to realize, it's a full strategy. There's so much that goes into it that I didn't realize. I thought that you just you click apply, you just send out your resume, but there's so much more to it. There's so much more nuance. And I think this program really helped me kind of realize that and kind of master my fear of doing that. And so now I've been able to do that with much more ease and roll out a bunch more applications than I ever thought I could. And then start getting return offers, which for me was such a foreign concept when I first joined. So I think, this program has made me realize that there's so much more to the job process nowadays. It's a lot more about, how to use LinkedIn, how to reach out to people, like getting in touch, which I think I really needed to understand through this program.
Talk a little bit about the mental part of job search, Giulia, because we did work on that, but it's not just you, right? Because you met other young people in the program. We all talked about it, right?
Yeah.
You met other young people, and we can talk about Cynthia, right? She was she's the therapist that came in to talk to everybody about job search stress, right? But talk a little bit about how kind of grueling job search is from that mental standpoint.
Well, yeah, I mean, I was just kind of stuck in a rut before I joined because the emotions attached to it, I kind of attached a lot of emotions to it. I would get so down in the dumps whenever I got a rejection. And so it was very tough. And, at the beginning of the program, as I, was sending out stuff, but I wasn't hearing back yet, it was quite difficult. But as I continued to do the coaching sessions and I continued to attend the weekly meetings, and then as well with Cynthia's masterclass, I kind of learned this kind of resilience and this self-confidence. And I think without Kathy, I would not have been able to kind of build my self-confidence and my motivation to a point where I could just do things without the anxiety, without the impending doom that I know a lot of my peers have been feeling. And it's actually turned me into a person that people like will come to for advice. Like I often will be giving people, like encouragement to my peers, whereas before I didn't want to, like if they were even mentioning the job search, I was kind of remove myself from the conversation. And now I've become someone that's kind of self-confident enough to motivate others and to encourage others and say it's going to work out. And I mean, I think that's the key transformation that this program has really enabled. So
Tell us about your internship, Giulia, because it's pretty impressive. Where did you land this internship?
So I got an internship at U.S. News and World Report, which I never thought was possible up until now. I mean, it's really been so exciting and so rewarding. And yeah, I mean, it feels like the culmination of a lot of work that both Kathy put in and that Kathy helped
And
me
yeah,
myself.
yeah.
It just feels like a really, really nice way to tie up my time with Kathy. Really rewarding and satisfying kind of culmination of my learning.
And what everybody's situation is different, but Giulia has this really unique skill set. She really truly is an international person, right? Her parents are international. She's international. She goes to school internationally. She speaks multiple languages, right? So her goals were pretty big in terms of she had this really unique skill set. And she, had a lot of different things she could do. And to be able to get herself in front of an organization like U.S. News and World Report, I mean, it was, she had to go through this interview process and applications and so forth. And a lot of this is vetting some of the opportunities that she did have that just weren't good for her, right? Just weren't the right opportunities too, right? You had to say no to stuff that wasn't the right fit.
Yeah, I think before this program, I was kind of willing to accept everything, but I think Kathy has helped me work on my boundaries. Like, what am I okay with? What am I not okay with? We filled out like negotiables, non-negotiables. And so that you also felt like you weren't just kind of begging for a job. You had your standards, you knew what you were looking for. And that kind of helps to narrow down these huge amounts of job openings that there are, and makes sure that whatever you get is something you're actually, happy with. And yeah.
Taking a quick break to share something I think you'll find valuable. If you're negotiating a raise or exploring a new role, check out the Salary Accelerator program. It's a digital course or affiliate partner, the Salary Bump, and it can help you approach salary conversations with strategy and confidence. Use the code INSPIRE15 for 15% off of the digital course. Find the link in the notes below. If I have to sum up one word here, because we do have to kind of pull up our time together here. If I have to sum up one word about Giulia that I've learned about Giulia through this process, it is powerful. She came into the program not recognizing her power. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah.
You used the word negative, and you were negative when we started, but because you didn't recognize your power. And the more we worked together and the more we worked on your confidence and the more you practiced it, because I always say this, confidence is practice. The more you did it, the more you stepped out, and I stood by your side, but I made you do things right? And I pushed back on you and said, you can do this, you can do it, but you did it. And the more you did it, I could see you grow every single week. And when I see you now is compared to several months ago, it is completely. You're not a different person, because you're not. You're the same person, but you're the better version of yourself, because now you're showing up in the powerful young woman that you really are.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, Giulia. I'm honored to have worked with you. I'm excited for what this internship is going to bring for you. Congratulations on just an exciting future and on landing this wonderful internship.
Thank you so much.
So would you recommend that others consider working in the program too to get the assistance?
Of course. Yeah. I mean, I would not have been able to do it without Kathy and the self-confidence building and kind of getting over all those emotions. And it's really led to a lot of growth, a lot of stepping out of my comfort zone. And ultimately it's just built a lot of life skills that I'm going to take into life in general as well. So yeah, highly recommend.
Fantastic. All right. Well, we're going to tie it up here today. Listen, if anybody has questions for Giulia, drop them here. You can reach out to her on LinkedIn as well. Follow her journey there. If you want to talk about the program, feel free to reach out to me. The link's going to be here in the comments. Before you hang up, though, please make sure that you subscribe to our channel here so that you get new information every time we drop a new episode. Giulia, congratulations. Congratulations over and over again. And
Thanks.
until we meet again on the next episode, live inspired.